into your energy. We got them Mr. Beans. We're about to tap into your energy. Yahweh, 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 Yahweh. Hey, welcome everyone. Mm, mm. Hey, that's a new one. I like that. You've been practicing.
Yes, tribe.
You've been doing a little practice.
Trying to do a little something with it.
Okay. Hey, y'all. Hope you guys are in positive energy, attracting everything you desire like a magnet. Okay. We're coming through YouTube. Hey, y'all. Okay. We're coming through with a live reading for you guys, right? It's kind of, late, but time is an illusion. So if you catch the replay, just know that the message is for you. Now, if you're here right now, directly in our energy, oh my gosh, Spirit has a message for you, right? I am so excited that, we get to spend this time with you, right?
Well, first of all, I want to say, I pray everyone is in good spirits and with good spirits. And, send light and love. And today was a good day. It was actually a marvelous day. It's a new movie out called Wicked, and it fascinated me. And it says a lot about the time that we live in. Synchronicities are important. The movie is full of synchronicities, and it has so many different jewels in the movie Wicked, right? But the gist of it is like, what I took from it that I feel is very important is, in one era of time, we were taught that, the Witch of Oz was ding dong, the witch is dead. So now they go to tell us that she wasn't the wicked one after all. It was actually the land of Oz, and the wizard was wicked.
Right.
So it's like, when it's
to see him too.
It shows. It's a lot of synchronicities in the movie, all the way down to the teacher, right? The teacher was a certain kind of animal, right?
The sorcerer.
Yeah, he was an animal, a specific animal.
Oh, the teacher.
He was a goat.
Yeah.
Right? And if anybody knows anything about that,
yeah.
But it's a movie of true ascension, right? And for once, I can say that, even evil has to honor us and tell the truth. Laws of the universe.
It's up to us to believe it or not.
Now that we living in the Aquarius era and everything is spelling out, in that movie they have a way of saying, okay, this is what's really going on. Like, if you pay attention, but it's put in a sort of like a fairy tale type of, and that's the way that truth has always been delivered.
Like Jack and the Beanstalks with the Giants.
They've always delivered truth, absolutely.
Same kind of energy, right?
They'll give us truth in the form of a fairy tale. So what we do is we begin to look at truth as being just an impossible type of fairy tale, when it's a consummate reality. And like, that movie is important, particularly if you ascending into your higher form of conscious. Like, it shows it's a truth. It's a bit of truth to the movie. The title is befitting.
Wicked.
Very
Whole
wicked.
Town.
Very wicked movie.
Whole Town.
Extremely wicked. A lot of astral realm activity. Like the whole movie looked like the astral realm.
Yeah, it was wild.
It was weird. Like it was weird, but it was a lot of jewels in there. Like always remember that's the way truth comes. They gotta do it like that so you'll reject it as being the truth.
That's real.
And then the universe can't say they ain't tell you the truth. They did. All the way down to the magician saying, now that you've reached ascension, I was like, get out of here. He said that out of his mouth in that movie. He was like, now that you've reached ascension, I was like, word? Okay.
I mean, that's just what the world going to. We was just looking at those Tesla robots.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, man.
The world is
You know,
just
it's
like-
funny because we had a reading the other day, and Spirit gave me out of nowhere a download that said, beware of AI. Like, you know, it was odd. You know, you can't really believe what you see on social media. But we did see a little Tesla robot insert where the robot willingly admitted that he lied, right? To gain the advantage. And then it was like, he was like, you know, what you say that their lens, they can see 1,000 times sharper than we can. Imagine having something like that around you.
Yeah,
Like,
it's kind of.
I don't think I could feel safe with
Me
her
neither.
because the robot was like, "Well, I told you a lie, but it's really nothing." I was like, "Word, that's how they doing." Like,
Crazy. And they'll be released to the public like within the next 1 to 2 years.
$20,000, and you know what? A lot of people gonna go in debt behind trying to get them because, you know, and it was a lot of even the robot. When the robot said it, the guy was like, "I'm pretty sure I seen you playing rock paper scissors with another person." He was like, "Oh no, that was one of my cousins." So that shows like
Right.
a relativity, like, you know.
It's like, you know, it's like not only do we have to battle people, now we're going to have to battle robots with these, you know, with the entities attached to them from the people that made them.
And that's pretty much where
You
we headed.
know, like, what in the world? Our robot is coming to life.
If you pay attention to it, that's exactly where we headed, right? There's really no denying it. There's just so much, you know, that goes on in this world. And it's almost like the truth is right there for you. Let's say you want to be a person that deny your own ascension, I feel, then that's like to willfully be stuck inside of a system that's kind of like failing.
Right, you know. It's so crazy, you know. That's why, you know, it's so important for us that, you know, are ascending right now to, you know, really help heal humanity, because you got to remember our children and our grandchildren and, you know, the people behind us are going to be left with a mess if we don't change things now.
You know, I saw a post and I shared it, and it said, "We are the new ancestors, act accordingly."
That's real.
And boy, it don't get no realer than that. Like,
You know, you know, a lot of people, you know, I hear a lot of people speak about how, you know, the traditions are gone now that grandma's gone and things like that. Well, now we are the tradition makers, right? So if you want tradition, you have to make tradition
you have to
nowadays.
create
You have to create
the reality of your tradition.
Yeah, because like, you know, this world is so crazy. It's like, you know, anything, it just takes everything away. You know, I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it. It's like, you know, there's no value in anything anymore.
You know, the blessing in being a person that's chosen or a person that's reaching forth to ascension in your higher conscious is that you unlock things that's available to your bloodline that have been locked away for years.
That's right.
And that's one of the most important things. And when the post said we are the new ancestors, it has a lot to do with that. Like awakening things within you. Like you have to allow things to awaken in you so that you can restore what we lost. Like, I mean, look at how we came up, y'all. Like literally traumatized. I mean, we came up in a cyber era, more or less. Everything was digital or becoming digital.
Especially like 70s, 80s, and 90s babies, maybe even 2000s. You know, it's just, I remember it used to be a time where you could like literally, go to sleep with your door unlocked and stuff.
And then it's a spirit just gave me something, and it rings true. Yeah, and the biggest disconnect with some of the babies that are being born is that you take us, and we was raised inside of a lot of deception. I mean, you just look at it, like look at how many things, and now that so many of us are waking up, the children that's being born now, they being born with a certain divine essence, and then you have people awakening around the universe, so they're not forced to come up in the same deception,
Right.
but they still gonna need leadership, right, and
Us.
guidance. They gonna need leadership and guidance through this.
Us.
This world is a on toward
All of us.
spiritual place. Me and High Priestess, we always talk about this. We are, we in World War III, y'all, and it's a spiritual warfare.
That's real.
It's not. It don't look like World War I and II. This one is a metaphysical war.
Scary.
It's very scary, and that's why the world is becoming so transformative. It's not happening by, it's not. Imagine. Look at how old the people are looking to you that won't transform. They getting older fast, while the divine is putting certain type of energy on chosen ones because of the duty and the mission that we carry a mission of great responsibility. Like, imagine how it is to see what's coming, right? But still have to have the discipline to balance everything out.
Right.
Like, this world is headed, when you hear from us, you can take what we say and you can weigh it up to your life and you can get a very good result. We in a world that's headed towards spiritual chaos. It's becoming spiritually chaotic in the world we live in today. And lesson you're going to ascend in your conscience and begin to embrace that fact alone, that is spiritually chaotic, you're going to be overwhelmed because this type of spirituality, religion ain't going to hold it. And I love, believe me, y'all, I've raised in religion. I love God. But I know that religion can't fight this battle that we up against. Like,
we need a relationship, a personal
you gotta
relationship.
have a relationship with God, the divine. This is a light versus dark war. I mean, darkness is being revealed in some of the most unsuspected places in this on toward time.
That's real. So,
religion is very good. I love, but we live in a place where we gotta begin to see what spirit, like, all right, imagine this. Thank you, Spirit. Imagine this. I'm very loyal to a modern day religion, but I'm being attacked by an ancient day evil. I want you to weigh that up in your conscience. Like, I'm putting my faith in one thing, but I'm being attacked by another thing, right? And what's attacking me is from an age and era that's almost forgotten. It's something somebody may conjured up at a graveyard or something like that, right? These are the type of things that people do. These are the type of attacks that people suffer from nowadays. Why? Because we are in a world that's full of spiritual chaos. Being valiant and being a person that stand up and fight where everybody can see you, those days are gone. People who are weak outwardly, they go and they get strong and baneful spirits to do things to people spiritually.
right.
And then they sit back in the natural and watch you, right? This is what people do, right? And when you speak truth against these kind of people, that's why we stand and do what we do. One of the main reasons why. And that's why we invitational and we don't fear these types of things because our intention is very situated that way. But nevertheless,
Oh, yeah, you're talking important stuff. I think what you're talking about is very important. It's just very, it's like, it's just crazy. You know, the world is changing so quickly, and if you aren't prepared spiritually, it's like you will perish.
Yeah. Yeah, you're going to begin to wither.
You know, because there's so much, you know, like you have to understand that it's not the things that we fight in the physical that are going to try to take you out. It's these spiritual battles.
You know, I think that I'm a detail that because, you know, Ephesians does say that we war not against flesh and blood, but principalities and wickedness in high places, right? And I don't use the Bible to justify me. I use the Bible to justify whoever may be listening.
Right.
I know the Bible front to back. I was raised in it.
We try to reference it so people can
but I use the Bible to justify the listener. And therein lies strength in that in that energy, right? It's now flesh and blood is not the war. Principalities and spiritual wickedness and high places. Mm-hmm. So what does that look like? It looks like this. The battle that you fight is with, when it's spiritual wickedness in high places, it's people who you love. Mm-hmm. First of all, let's start there because that's the hardest pill to swallow. Mm-hmm. See, a high place in a man is that which he loves. What you love is considered to be a high place. In those places, it resides the spiritual wickedness, right? And inside the family, right? Inside of internal, you know, relationships that are entwined soulishly. These are spiritual warfare. And then your mind, which is the highest point of us, crown chakra. So what you warring against is effectively different. You understand me? Because see, people get by nowadays by making themselves look good, but they have the most foul spirit now. Yep. But we live in a day where people, they got so many creams and things where people can look shiny. You know, they can make themselves look, and this is the world we live in. Yeah. False health and all that, fat face, everything. But the spirit is what we fight against. Mm-hmm. Now, unless you really grasp that, this is where we lose the mark and where we lose the battle. When people attack us, right, high priestess, what we instantly do, we focus all our energy on a human that's attacking us.
Right. Not
and then the spirit creep around. The spirit, remember, it's a spirit. So if we focusing on the person that attacked us, the spirit, it transferred to another person. And now you missing that attack over there. You can't feel that because you that's coming from my son or my daughter or my husband or my wife or my mother or my grandmother. It's coming from that. And see, and until you can look at it like that, chances are when the spirit shows up in a person, you'll begin to not like the person.
That's real.
You're not training yourself how to deal with spiritual warfare. Mm-hmm. Spiritual warfare, it requires a balance in the natural. Right. You can't run around in the natural and be rebuking demons out of people who you love on the spot. It ain't gonna work.
Right, and it don't matter how good you can fight in the physical. Right?
You're gonna get beat up.
How many guns you got, it don't matter. It's like, you know, can you stand this spiritual battle? You gotta have God with you, man.
and when you dealing with loved ones, you know, the balance of spiritual warfare is to be able to treat people, right, humanely, but still fight what they bringing at you or what, you know, whatever. And you had to do that by having a clear heart chakra. If your heart chakra is closed off, you're going to respond to the negativity in the person. I've been through it. I'm speaking from experience.
That's real.
Right? And with all the battles that I fight now, they nothing like the battles I fought when my chakra was closed off. Ooh. It was different, right? You're going to still have to develop yourself. But when you open that up, then you can begin to forgive people, right? And once you forget, thank you, Spirit. Mm-hmm. When a person is effectively even possessed or subjugated by a demon, if you forgive the person, you get clear sight of the demon. Mm-hmm. If you don't forgive the person, you never see the evil behind that.
Wow.
That's the access point.
Wow.
Spiritual warfare 101. Mm-hmm. You got to look at the person and say, honestly in your heart, through and through, I forgive them. Mm-hmm. once you forgive them, God give you an understanding of why everything went, and then you look at the person, and now it's from a point of true love and true study. It's like, okay, now that I understand why they might have been how they was, okay, I can move, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can, bam, you can say, damn, that's an evil that's driving them. I can see the evil now. But when you don't forgive,
Yeah, that's
it,
real.
it make you nearsighted in the spirit. And remember, we war not against flesh and blood, but principalities and wickedness and high places. You know what? Principalities are also like, we were talking about the movie Wicked. Well, the wizard was a principality, a major one. He was almost like the church. Real rap. It
She
was
couldn't
like,
wait to get there to him.
she was
'cause she had-
dedicated.
because she had a good spirit. Her spirit was right, but his intentions and spirit were off.
And that principality, it began to fall apart, you know, like falsehood does when truth show up. Because the minute she showed up at the Emerald City, everything began to crumble, right? And yeah, you know, we intended on reading cards, but
I'll come back tomorrow.
this is good. Like, you know, having.
Just wanted to kick it with you guys a little bit. So I feel like we're gonna end this one and come back tomorrow.
All right, yeah, we could do that. Absolutely. And, we're gonna try to be getting back to y'all a little bit more. It's still a little slow over here, but we're gonna keep beating the door down. And if you have any questions or interests, or you're interested in, like, you know, personal readings, or, you know, just personal insight, perhaps you might want to have a conversation with one of us one-on-one, a little bit about spirituality you might want to know, just feel free to let us know.
Our email is in our bio.
Emails in the bio. Please don't hesitate, because that's why we're here. And when it come down to you know, warfare and all of those things, we very much ready. We very
Okay.
much ready. Like,
That's real.
even if it's sharing testimonies,
That's real.
you know, we try. So, I mean that, Ashe.
We love you guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow.